So this is the old me. I was naive, ambitious, and young. And I wanted to conquer the world. I'm a shell of this person. I feel like she had lots of dreams and thoughts. And a lot of them didn't come true. 13 years ago, when my business failed, I put everything in a box in my basement, and I really haven't looked at it ever since. The failure was, to me, so deep and so harsh. I felt like somebody had carved my heart out. I didn't even know where to go from there. It was such an immense failure. The story I keep telling myself is that I'm not really sure if I'm relevant anymore. What's inside this one? As a mom, you would hope that you could jump out of this amazing career and, jump into the mommyhood and feel amazing. But really inside, what I'm saying is, this isn't all I was supposed to do, and I know it. It's hard to say that my kids aren't enough to fulfill me. Because as a mom, that's what we're supposed to feel. But it's not real. When I was running my business, I was who I wanted to be. And since that closed, I've been who everybody else needs me to be.
So, where are you, Gail? Let me come down and visit you here. Give her a hand. It's Gail, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Tony, before you all start talking, but isn't that something I think so many women, mothers, all around the world relate to, is that you have to become what other people want you to be? I think a lot of people are feeling that with her.
They do.
But am I doing that woman thing where I'm affirming, like, it's okay, I understand.
Thank you.
I saw the look you just gave me, so I know that's what it is. Okay.
Thank you, Oprah.
Go ahead.
By the way, did you see that? Oprah's doing what all great women do. They affirm another woman in whatever they're feeling, rather than looking at what's going to really help you to change is someone to challenge you. That's one reason why it's so hard today when either a man or a woman needs to be both parents. Because it's hard to both affirm and break through. And you certainly can do it, but it's hard. And I have such respect. My mother tried to play both roles, so I know what it's like. I was raised by one. But the point of the matter is, for her to get what she wants, she needs to have some real truth. We all know the truth will set you what? Free. We all know it. It's great to talk about it. It's a whole much more powerful thing to do. So here's my question for you. The way you described it, and I saw other videotape that wasn't on there, it wasn't quite as pretty. And in it, you described this ultimate experience of running your business and how fulfilled. How long were you running that business?
5 or 6 years.
And when you say you're running that business, it was during the .com era, is that right? And you were involved in tech, and you love tech, right?
Right.
So now, here's what I'm hearing. You say, I have these 3 children, but I've been away from that. It's now 13 years.
13 years.
And you said, I feel, what's the word you say? I feel what? About the tech industry, about business, I feel irrelevant?
Totally.
You are. In the tech business. If you're not around for 6 months in the tech business, you're relevant. Is that fair to say? So the truth is what you want to say. Instead of saying, no, you're not irrelevant, you are completely irrelevant to that. Aren't you glad I showed by to cheer you up?
Thanks.
But once you know that, you're a smart enough woman, you could become relevant. How fast if you put your focus into it?
Probably overnight.
Yes, in a very short period of time.
Right.
But there's a reason why you don't do it. And you say it's because there's this huge, colossal failure. It was no much of a failure than anybody else. 96% of all businesses are gone in a 10-year period. Only 4% make it. That means business is for gladiators. It's not for crying and feeling sorry for yourself. You can't go there. 4% make it in 10 years. That doesn't mean they're profitable. It means they make it. So imagine a sport where the longer you play, the more likely you die. That's business. And that's what you picked. So now you have your children. Now, were your children not incredibly significant to you when you first were about to have them, to be honest?
Yes.
Yes. If I asked your husband, would there have been anything more important than your children?
No.
Here's the problem. Have you ever seen a woman who has a relationship with somebody and they end it because they just know it's wrong? And then later they see the guy with somebody else and they ended it and they're pissed off. They're pissed off he's happy. How many ladies can relate to this in some ways? Make some noise if it's true. Let me hear you. Well, if you'd stayed in your business long enough, it wouldn't have been enough either. if you've been there more than 4 or 5, you're in the beginning stages of that. It's all new, it's all exciting. I'm not saying you couldn't have been successful. I'm not saying you shouldn't go back into it. I'm just saying you have an illusion of what's going to make you feel significant.